I just woke up and I'm listening to my inner crybaby. I feel like shit because my eyes are puffy and tired and I was dozing in and out of sleep. It's 10:20 a.m. Forgiveness feels like hard work, but I feel like yesterday when I was reflecting on my dignity, do I even have any? Because I almost messaged this person again from my past after I said it was over. I really don't like being viewed in a negative light. And I think I gotta get over that because I'm deeply loved by God. And if I respect myself, I have to act like it. I haven't exercised in a while. And I need to get on it because that's part of self-respect, self-love. If I owe an apology to myself, another person is blameless because, I accept the past or I'm trying to accept the past. I can't say it. I decided to be in that relationship and not everything was bad, but ultimately, I'm just bitter. I'm bitter because I don't know how they feel. And I'm bitter that there's no communication as an option. As for my faith, God says trust in Him. So I know something will be better. Right now I just have to live with the fact that Niela thinks I'm jealous. And that my ex, is hurt because of actions I did in the past. But I own that I left tonight in the best way. I moved my car. Well, she had to move my car. I didn't say I missed her because I didn't. And I know that was painful. And, they really wanted to be friends and I was impatient enough to do that. This person is living their life, I know for sure. Making future plans. And I'm caught up on the details like, man, why was I shunned? Why was I treated? Without recognizing that the person did try to give a response when a response was owed. They don't owe me anything, but I thought that they owed me respect. And everybody kind of owes each other's respect, but respect is earned. And I broke up with this person, so it's time for me to let it go if being shunned or feeling, being shunned is what they needed to move on. They were in love with me, so I understand. And what about me? I need communication, so I'm trying to give that to myself. It was messed up the way that, being shunned made you feel. I'm really sorry. They will not apologize probably, or maybe not. We'll see, you gotta watch. But I see the ways that, you're often cut down. Like the lamb dinner where they're like, what do you want me to do? I'm working, blah, blah, and then you sleep in. It's not okay to stay mad and nothing is personal. Jesus was also persecuted. You need to find out and walk in your purpose. I love you, bye. Izzy, look, it's nobody's fault but your own that you keep checking your email after you ended a relationship and made a decision to move on. Now it's up to you to focus on love. It's a choice. I know that there are some things that you're used to attaching to the other person as hurt, but those things I caused you. I hurt you. It wasn't them. I hurt you by allowing you to be in those spaces, by making yourself shrink. And I'm trying to make it up to you, make yourself big. Jesus died on the cross for all our sins. He was innocent. Forgiveness is a commandment. Forgive because He forgave me and I didn't deserve it. That's called grace. So even if you feel like this person, Penelope, doesn't deserve it right now, how can you leave it in the past and focus on, wow, do you remember when you left and you recognized that they treated you so special, they gave you a piece of their clothing and they drove you to the airport and they were hoping that you would come back. I know this person hoped that you would come back, and I need you to rectify in your heart that you feel guilty and you own that you caused this person, or they probably interpreted what you did as very painful too when you left. Even though, we're all responsible for causing our own hurt after that, there are some things that happened that hurt you, The way that information was hidden from you, it felt like manipulation. But understanding that that person struggles with, being open, being vulnerable, they feel they have to be private to protect themselves. And you taught them that being vulnerable is okay. That's a part of life. So how can you not put yourself out there, but put yourself out there for me and say, hey, you know what? I choose to, I already forgave the times that information was hidden from me in order to manipulate, because I understand that that person was embarrassed, and maybe in other times I have done the same. I didn't have to stay and nobody held a gun to my head saying I had to do this or the other. I know how to forgive because I've done so in the past, so I can stop living in the past. I just want to say thank you for the good moments and the times I felt appreciated. I want to say I don't pay attention to the hurt that I feel, because I know I declare victory over the test, and I know even if we never talk again, I can forgive you in my heart, and I can go back to that day that you left me sleeping and went to work and told me that you loved me and gave me coffee. Those days I felt really loved, and I wish I could hug you and say I appreciated it and hold you blameless. Oh man, I have no idea what I said this morning. But all I know is the truth is that we are deeply loved by the Creator. And once you let go of the past, your future is bright. You're so much more and so much better in the future. But sometimes it's good to just listen to myself. And to myself, I'm listening. And I say, Penelope, I hate you. I'm not supposed to hate you. It takes energy. But really, I should be hating, quote, quote, myself, because I am the one who took the decision to be with somebody who told me that they liked me, they wanted a relationship with me when they were under the influence of Molly. When somebody's under the influence of a drug and they've been thinking about you intimately while you have not been thinking about them intimately, you've been thinking about them in a wholesome way, in a friendly way, in a I admire you, I want to be like you way, then don't get it confused, Eddie. The moment that somebody gives you attention, I'm always going to forgive your mistakes. I'm always going to pardon them because I love you. It might take me a while because I'm human, but I am you and we're walking in this together. Look, anytime, including, Teddy Bear, or not Teddy Bear, the Mexican dude that really was into you and wanted to marry you and then you moved away, the Venezuelan guy that you really were into and then you moved away, and then the girl from Cali who she was really in love with you, quote, quote, for the way that you were treating her. So you're something special, you're valuable. Even if you treat people bad, you have an inherent value in Christ. You moved away. And you know what? It's because you are not choosing these people. Next time, choose somebody that's aligned with your vision, that you know that is meant for you, that God has approved, that you asked for permission for. Because look, you did a lot of damage just going off the attention. And you know what? I have been able to recover good memories from Penelope. I want to thank her for taking care of me when I didn't have anybody around me. I felt like that had my back, just like she had my back. Thank you for letting me sleep in while you went to work because so work issues were being resolved. And thank you to myself for trying my very best to make somebody else feel valued. And I wish I would just give that same value to myself, because if I gave myself that same value, Eddie, and I need to have this hard conversation with you, stop. It's not okay to just keep checking your email, hoping that they'll come back, hoping that they'll email you an apology. This is your apology. Eddie, it's your fault. I hate you. Get over it. It's your fault for starting the relationship with somebody who liked you and they had a professional relationship with you. Eddie, it was up to you to run, to keep your boundaries and be that person's friend. I can't save you. I'm not Jesus. All right. I can only offer my support up till here. To introduce me to this world that I'm not prepared for, I chose to enter it. So take responsibility and leave that girl alone. And you told me that you're going to walk 50 miles, so get a move on, girl. You wanted to be disconnected at 24 from technology, so I'm not seeing the improvement, honey. Let's get to it. Let Penelope rest. She was a lovely person, beautiful person, just having a hard time dealing with her emotions sometimes. And Eddie, you are exactly the same amount of lovely. You have your own gifts, all right? And you also have trouble dealing with your emotions, but you just rant on YouTube because you can't take any drugs because you're bipolar. And look, I know it's not easy for you. I have compassion for you because you're me. You grew up thinking you weren't accepted because you were from 2 different countries. But look, I've always loved and accepted you. Not really, but God has. All right. So let's work on your self-worth. Once you're sure of yourself, that's the lesson for today. Once you're sure of yourself, because look, your grandma didn't even knock you down. She didn't even call you fat. You're like, Grandma, I graduated college. Because remember, you're like, Grandma, I got a job. She was like, you're fat. And that lowered your self-esteem. But once you're sure of yourself, she said, Eddie, you have some beautiful eyes. You know that? Eddie, you're really valuable. You got to lock it up. Do not let, random people have sex with you. She's right. I'm inherently valuable. I'm valuable. I'm beautiful. I'm precious to God. I got to walk in faith and give my life to the Lord because it's a temple, I can send myself sweet messages. I can wait for myself. Okay, focus on me because anything else just caused me pain.